we've got Yousef Majid on today's podcast. Thanks for coming, Yous. Yous is a current professional at Surrey Cricket Club. He's a left arm off spinner too, and we're going to run through, I guess, everything to do with Surrey mainly, his early journey, how he got into cricket, a bit of his school cricket as well, and I guess life outside of cricket too. So, Yous, we always start with the same question, that being, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
One piece of advice I'd give to my younger self would be to focus less on proving people wrong and more on enjoying the game itself. The pressure, like you'll always feel pressure, expectations, they'll always be there. Like there's always outside noise in everything you do in sport nowadays. But the love and enjoyment you have for the game is what will get you through it and keep you going. And that's what will get the best out of you.
You talk obviously about trying to prove people wrong. I guess that comes with selection and injuries and other things like that. And I guess, do you have any processes, probably the right word, to counter them and go, yeah, I'm going to resort to this as a process in those times?
I wouldn't say, to be honest, my process is quite simple. Like I used to complicate it quite a lot when I was younger. I used to think too much. Whereas now I just try keep it simple and just go enjoy myself, give it my best. And because what's the worst that can happen on a cricket field? You'll have a bad day, you'll get hit for 100 in 10 overs or whatever, but you'll always have another chance. Whereas when I was younger, I used to be like, if I go bad, what are people going to think? That what are they going to talk bad about me?
Yeah.
Am I going to have a bad name? Whereas now it's like, there's people out there that would dream to be in my position to be a professional cricketer. So,
yeah, no, exactly. For the viewers listening, it's something that I'm striving for as well. Hence why I use
nothing against him, but I was just saying that. But yeah, so I just try to keep it simple and just enjoy it and take it how it comes.
Has life outside of cricket, I guess, family, friends, that kind of stuff, helped with all of that and kind of switching off from the game? At what point actually did you kind of switch in that mindset of not worrying too much about cricket, as in probably was cricket 24/7 at one point, and then it's kind of different?
I'd say only up until a couple of years ago. So even when I was first signed, it was cricket. And then after my first season, like it took a big toll on the body and the mental side of it and just how much it takes out of you, like training every day. And if you go home and all you're thinking about is cricket, you'll never be able to switch off. And that's when I kind of took some time out and just tried to spend it with myself, and then realised that the best way to probably switch off is spend it with my family and friends, either us going out for meals or go see family, friends, whatever. And that's actually helped quite a lot in the last couple of years.
Definitely. It probably stems from being at Surrey a little bit, with the expectation of probably one of the best, what is the best county in the, I guess, country at the minute. They've won the last 3 championships, obviously not this year, which was a shame. But how do you find that expectation being there, and I guess not pressure, but yeah, a little bit in a way, the pressure that comes with being a pro at Surrey?
I would say at Surrey it's always higher because the names of the players in the change room, like big names, international stars, overseas players, we get, to break into the actual first team, you got to be at the top of your game. There's only room for a couple of players, especially with the stars we have. So that's when the expectations are higher, and then that's where the side of switching off and on has massive toll. Because because that takes a massive part of you out, and if you're just cricket, you'll be screwed. Whereas now I feel a lot better.
And obviously you got into the first team at one point last year to make your debut against Essex in the Champo stuff. How was that as a feeling and as an experience?
So obviously it was a good feeling to make my debut towards the end of the season after putting some good work in Two's cricket and whatnot. It just showed that the obviously performances and work that I've put in the last couple of years paid off. But yeah, it was a good experience to play alongside big names of the club. When you were younger, you'd obviously dream to play alongside like England stars who are now in the Surrey team. So it was good experience, and hopefully just make it a regular thing that coming season.
Any names in particular from those big names or people in the dressing room that have had a big impact on you, or especially when you go into that environment first time, it can be quite daunting, I guess, if you're trying to make your debut. Is there anybody in particular that helped or gave you any piece of advice that stuck with you?
I wouldn't say there's just one player. There was quite a few of the lads, the senior lads especially, who have been around the game quite a lot. They just basically said, don't, just enjoy it. And just, obviously a lot of people say just enjoy it, but enjoying it is one of the biggest things, I feel, because if you're just doing something for the sake of it, you're not going to get the best out of you. If you're relaxed and just enjoying it, I reckon that's what brings the best out of me personally. But that's what it said, just stay relaxed and don't see it any different to any other game you've been playing, and just do what you do.
Yeah, it's good. It's good advice for younger people as well. Then when they might be going off to a trial or playing in a higher level, it's always good to come back to that. But you obviously talked about the senior players. Do they have any ways in which they go about things differently? Do they train harder? Do they just have a different outlook on the game, or is it very much what you're saying in the sense of they just enjoy it and back themselves, and then it just works for them like that?
They're that switch of being able to switch on and off. It's very they know, obviously experienced in the game. They've done it for quite a few years. So when they're training, they're on, and then when they're not training, they're pretty relaxed. And they just, when they do train, they have a purpose behind every training session, and not just, sometimes it does get a bit repetitive and boring, and not just training for the sake of it. When they do go for a hit, they'll know what they were trying to work on, what they're trying to achieve. Whereas youngsters sometimes can be like, just go have a hit some balls, and won't actually think about their processes and whatnot. So that's what I think it is. Yeah,
that's good. Obviously, and I want to touch on the difference in white ball, red ball, changing formats all year. How do you, I guess, manage that? And like you say, you go in with a purpose at training, but you might be playing a red ball game on the weekend and then have to train for a white ball game during the week. How do you find, I guess, changing so frequently? Or you just think that there's red ball, white ball, it's the same thing type thing?
Nah. As a bowler especially, as a bowler, I would say I wouldn't say it's the same thing. That's something I'm struggling with at the moment. Not struggling, but I've been working on the last season or two. The switch between red ball and white ball. It's not more like how you're holding the ball or whatnot. It's just more about your processes and how, because T20 is more about white ball cricket. It's just more about back and forth. It's like a battle with the batter, because they're going to come after you, especially if you're a spinner, young spinner as well. And then red ball is more just trying to string balls in the same place and be boring. Bowl all day. You might not get the rewards you want, but after 30 overs and whatnot, you might come away with 4 or 5 wickets caught on the boundary, but you've put in the hard work over the 30 overs. And then where T20, you might bowl absolute rank and you're just getting wickets left, right, centre, but that's just how it is.
That's the game.
Whereas some days you might, you know what I mean, just
get whacked. You might bowl quite well and get whacked.
Yeah, exactly. It happens quite a lot, where you bowl absolute crap and your figures are 4, 5, 4, 20, 4 overs, and then you've actually bowled well and your 4 overs 0 for 50, 60. It's happened quite a lot.
How was your T20 debut at Surrey?
That was this start of this season at Somerset. It was obviously a good feeling to make my T20 debut. It's one thing I've always wanted to do. Bit of a strange start, first couple of balls. Sweaty hands, ball going everywhere. Didn't really know where it was going. Thought, worst time to get the yips. First over, couldn't land it. Take a blow. I was like, oh crap, I'm fielding. I'm like, oh crap, this is it. Dad, brothers in the stands, come all that way to Taunton, come watch me. That's it, my career's done before it's even started. And then Sammy threw, fair enough to Sammy, throw the ball back at me. And then, the rest was just a pretty pleasing debut, I reckon.
Yeah, good. How do you, it's probably a tricky question to ask, but you talk about switching off outside of cricket. How do you change your mentality in that moment when you're obviously under the pump your first over, and then suddenly you get lobbed the ball back a few overs later and you've got to do a job again?
I just slowed everything down. I feel like when I first got thrown the ball, everything was just happening so fast. It's just rushing. Whereas when I got thrown the ball the second time, I was like, top of the mark, just literally Don't worry about who's batting
Mm-hmm.
or what the occasion is. Just think about you're playing in a twos game or any other club game or whatever. And that's how I went about it. And luckily, I was came out on the right side.
Yeah, good. I want to go back to the start a little bit. Where, I guess probably when did you start playing cricket? How old and where were you, and what was your situation back then?
Yeah, a long time ago. Those done. I'm
You're
actually
like
22.
21,
I'm
22.
22. I
Yeah.
might look 24, 25, but 22. Started, I'd say like every other cricketer's, like just go local club, watch dad play. Me and my brothers go watch him hit a ball. And then actually started enjoying it. And I was like, dad probably put me into local club, Slough, from the age of 9. Just played club cricket. And then got picked up. Like, did those, open trials for Berkshire. Did those, got in a couple of years there. Thought I was like the next Wazim Akram because I used to bowl left arm seam back then. I actually broke someone's toe with an Incredible. I don't think anyone's done that at the age of 9.
I'm sure somebody has. You just
Find out who's done it and let me know.
Okay.
I don't think they have. I've got video evidence as well, which I can't show on here, obviously. But yeah, and then and then Berkshire up until 15, 16, and then Surrey. And Surrey.
Sorry, that way.
Yeah.
When did you go to Cranley from full form?
So 13,
Yeah.
9, I started Cranley. I got
Yeah.
a scholarship there.
So
Dad got asked by mate if I wanted to do just trial.
yeah.
Just went down for a trial. Welshie, what a guy.
Yeah. How was he in? I guess it's similar with Tommy, with my brother. He both of you in the same year, and I think he had quite a big impact. He was obviously a very good spin coach, and he's had the likes of Popey and Stuart Meeker and other people come through the school and produce good players. But how was he in your development, I guess, and learning from him?
He was a massive part of my development because when I first went to him, I was a seamer. So he changed everything about me. Like, if it weren't for him, I don't think I'd be where I am today. So yeah, he had a massive role in making me become a spin bowler. From just teaching me the basics of spin bowling to, because obviously I had no clue about spin bowling. Even now I can't spin the ball. So
you can't give everyone your secrets.
Don't worry about that. That's when you come to bat and then realise I rag it. Because I've cleaned you up many times. So we had the likes of like Ajax Patel came down one year when he played for Cranley. Yeah. He actually helped me out quite a lot.
He's
trying to help me get over the top of the ball, like my seam position and whatnot. So a big shout out to Ajax Patel. And yeah, it's just been a journey, to be honest. It's been.
She must have been good with like you say, you didn't know much about spin, but the mental side and I guess tactics behind spin. Is there anything you can kind of give to young spinners that maybe helped you when you were younger, where you thought that kind of opened your eyes a little bit in terms of spin bowling?
So bowling in the nets was one of the most boring thing I found when I was at school. Literally empty net, just bowling to empty net. Welsh used to put a little mat down. Me and Tommy, your brother, we used to just chat and be like, this is so boring. But now thinking about it, consistency is one of the key things in spin bowling. Like, you want to hit the same area again and again. Like, it's so boring, but it's so important. Like, you realise now, and you see the best spinners in the world, and Welsh used to keep going on about that. And that's one of like the key things I would say, just try to be consistent. Yeah,
and then when did you get into the academy stuff? Was it 15, 16?
So they didn't actually take me on at 15.
Yeah.
And then 16 I got on.
Did you trial at 15 and they said?
No, so they used to come down to the school, the coach.
Yeah.
And I think they said no at the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
How do you, is that something that, there's a lot of kids this day and age that, I mean, everybody's trying to be, it's not just cricket, obviously in all sports, and a lot of people that age get told, no, not quite now, or not the right time. How did you, I guess, cope with that? Were you upset about it, or were you like, it is what it is, I'll try again next year?
The easiest thing would have been just give up and just be like, you know what, that's it, I'm not going to make it. But the thing is, I just put my head down and just thought, I'm going to prove these guys wrong. And then worked hard with Welshie. Yeah. And then came next year. They actually came to me and said, can you come play for us a couple of games? Yeah. And that actually made me feel better. because I went away and worked harder, and they had to come, whereas we didn't actually have to go again.
It's probably a good thing that happened in the first place then.
Yeah, because I reckon if I wouldn't have probably worked as hard as I did.
Yeah.
So for anyone out there that does get turned, like said no to or whatnot, that doesn't mean that the journey's done there.
Yeah.
You just gotta put your head down and work harder.
And then not long after that whole, I guess, couple of years, you were in the England 19s, and obviously from performances in the 18s at Surrey and Academy and all that kind of stuff. But how did you come about getting that kind of opportunity, and how was that whole experience?
So yeah, that obviously came about because I done decent in the age group stuff. Had a good couple of seasons, and then for the One Day Cup, the Royal London back then, got called up for that. And then at the same time, the 19 stuff came because of how you obviously get picked because of academy stuff. And then I got picked for that. Couldn't do it all because of the Royal London. So that was against Sri Lanka. So couldn't play. So played the test match, second test match I think it was.
Yeah.
At Derby. So it was a good experience, just to obviously international honours, even at just that small age group, just so you get a little feel of how it is. But yeah, it was a surreal moment.
How was that whole setup compared to the county element? Because it's obviously very much a development kind of system, and there's coaches there. Was it Michael Yardy at the time that was there?
Dawson.
Yeah. How was that? How does the setup kind of differ from the county stuff and the England 19s?
Because there's a lot of people from other counties, coaches, different counties, different backgrounds. Like people have played England, county cricket, whatnot. I just feel like you can pick a lot from different people, whether that's players or coaches. You can nick a bit from everyone, and I actually like that bit about it. Whereas it wasn't more the cricket; it was more like you're learning on the go. Whereas like county is more just like you're with the same people every day.
Yeah.
Whereas that was something different for like a month or two, and you're like, let me make the most of these couple of months.
Yeah.
And let me just try to pick these guys' brains.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought was good about
it. With picking their brains and all that kind of stuff and learning from those kind of people, do you have a certain process to each game? Do you bowl the same amount of balls in the nets? Do you hit before the game? Do you have any, I guess, preparations that you're kind of set in your ways that helps with your games day to day?
So recently it's like I'll just bowl into a mitt, like to a coach, have a target down, and just try, like I was saying earlier about consistency.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm just trying to like nail down, my consistency, be as consistent as possible, boring as possible. Even if I'm not getting them out, they're giving their wickets away, and that's just by me being consistent and getting the rewards.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Ramadan and halal and that kind of side of playing cricket while doing that. And obviously, probably a lot of people don't realise it, but Surrey were very good with it all by all accounts this year and previous years. But how was that whole experience? And I guess just give a bit of information and a lowdown of how that all works.
Surrey's been quite good with the whole Ramadan thing. Like they've been quite understanding. Obviously, it's long hours of fasting from sunrise to sunset, and with training is quite hard. So they've obviously said, do as much as you want. Like you don't have to do it all. Do what you feel is right. But I just feel myself, I don't want to use that as an excuse to not train. I still try make sure when I'm at sunrise or between sunset and sunrise, fueling up as much as I can. So that's not a reason why I'm not training to my full potential, because Ramadan goes on for a whole month. And if I'm not training at my best for a full month, that could have an effect on the season because it's so close to the season. Just like, so, I feel like Surrey's been quite helpful in that way, but it's been good.
What does your day-to-day look like with that? Obviously, it's for the whole month, but what does a kind of normal day in terms of timings and what you eat and when everything happens?
So a couple of years ago, sunrise used to be like 3-4 in the morning. So we used to get up, make sure we've eaten before then. and then go back to sleep, get up for training, drive to the Oval, train, come back. And then at sunset, we used to get together as like a community, and everyone opens their fast together. We'll eat, and then there'll be like a communal prayer after sunset, and then I would just try fuel up, and then I'd rest, and then get up again at sunrise and do the same thing again.
What times are they usually all the like?
So in the summers it was like 9 p.m. You start eating at 9, like open at 9 p.m. Close at 3 a.m. Whereas now it's like 5 a.m. Close and open at 5 6 when it comes around this year in Feb.
Yeah, nice. How's the wider community with that in cricket? Because there's quite a lot of lads that fast and do different things like that, and I guess you can bond with them over different things, but not just Surrey, but there's a lot of understanding in sport around that, and a lot of the different teams are very good with it, and it's good to see. But how do you find, I guess, other people and the relationships you've built through that?
Yeah, I feel like there's quite a few people out there that are pretty similar to me, that with the fasting and everything, and it's just good when you do bump into them, you can speak about your experiences, how they find it, and then that way you can build a relationship with them, even though they're in different teams, but it's still good to get to know them, because you never know, like your career might not always be at one team. You may move teams. Yeah, so it's just good to get other people's perspective and experiences.
And how does that whole experience keep you? It must keep you quite grounded, and I guess what's the word, grateful for what's happening in your life. That's quite a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I would say religion like plays a key role in my to where I am today. So I feel like everything's written for me. Like even if I was to get injured, whatever, that was meant to happen when I was born. So it is what it is. Just enjoy it and just live in the moment.
That's good. A good little saying from you. I wasn't expecting that. Obviously, with your injuries and different things like that, it's probably quite a common question for a lot of athletes, but do you try and do anything in particular when you get injured, or do you just grind away in the gym, or do you try and see friends and family, or is there, I guess, a switch off that you go to every time you're injured?
So I had 2 seasons back to back when I done my hamstrings, and it was a pretty dull place because you miss out obviously from playing time. But like I said before, family time was a big thing, and that kind of actually was a key role, me being injured, the switch off button. So that's when I invested in spending time with family and friends quite a lot. Just take the mind off the whole game because of the negatives I was going through, like my body and stuff like that. So that helped quite a lot.
When you're injured like that, and you've obviously got, because you did quite a good job on your hammy, didn't you, at one point? What kind of processes do you go through, and a lot of the other lads go through, in terms of see specialists, your gym, you do your ice bath, sauna? What kind of recovery methods do all of your lads do when you're injured like that?
So obviously you get your scans done, whatnot, and then results come, and then sit down with doc, get a program put together, and then it's just endless rehab. There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
That's what takes it out of you. Yeah. Just every day doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it's such a slow process to getting back to where you are. Like I done my hamstring, literally done 6 weeks of rehab. My final session before getting back to full cricket, literally final sprint, it went again, but this time worse. So I was out again, and then I was like, that actually put me down so much, because I literally did 6 weeks of hard work. I actually knuckled down.
It's something to aim for, didn't you?
And then, because the season was still on at that time, and then I got back, and then literally one sprint, it went again, and then that was my season done. And I was like, nah, never happening again. So just ever since then, I've just looked after my body quite a lot. Yeah, with recovery.
Yeah, what does that look like in terms of methods and, like you say, recovery, different things?
Even if it's like, we're training, obviously, when you go training, I'll just come back, go gym maybe, stretch, sauna, steam room, ice baths, all of that. Because before, when I first signed, it was just more just train, come back, train, come back. It was I didn't really invest in the recovery side of it. It actually plays a key part in a sport athlete's life.
Yeah. Would you recommend a lot of younger people not to get too hooked on it? Because I think from a young age you've just got to probably try.
No, I wouldn't get hooked onto it because it's obviously quite time consuming and everything. Yeah. And if you're obviously still at school and whatever, but I would say slowly get into the habits of maybe doing stretches in the evening, just little like yoga classes in your own room and whatnot. Just so you know, if you do get to that level, it's not a shock to you that you're going from here to there, like slowly, like build blocks. Whereas I went from just cricket and training to then all of a sudden cricket, stretching, rehab, recovery,
all in one go.
And I was like, this is taking quite a lot out of me. That was my first season, and it's worked out now. But I would just say for any youngsters out there, I would just say slowly build it into your routine.
Yeah, nice. What's your ambitions in your career? What are you aiming for? Is there short-term goals, long-term goals? Can be off the pitch as well as anything you've got going on in that sense. But what are you aiming for?
My short-term goals would be to play regular first-team cricket, play as much cricket as possible, and then long-term goal. I believe for any professional cricketer out there or any cricketer would be to play international cricket for their country, and then obviously franchise gigs and everything. Yeah. So, but for now, it's just make sure I'm playing regular, breaking in and playing regular first team cricket.
You touched on franchise stuff. You've got a few opportunities this winter where you're going over and training with some people. What's going on there?
So I'm hoping to go over Christmas, T20 in Dubai, just train with a couple of teams. But good for experience, and so yeah, it should be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, nice. Just to finish, we always end on a similar question. That being, if there is one message you want people listening to take away, what would it be?
One message.
You can take your time. It's a tricky question.
One message I would give to someone watching this would be just focus on yourself. There was a lot of times where I was worried about what other people would think, and there's probably a lot of people out there that are on the same boat, thinking, I need to perform because if I don't, what will he think? Or what will she think? You need to do it for yourself first of all, and not like if you're playing cricket because your dad's saying, you got to play cricket, there's no point, because realistically, how long is that going to last? You got to do something if you enjoy it. So that's something I would say, focus on yourself and just enjoy what you're doing.
Nice. Cheers, Yous. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Good work.